Coach. So, I'm sitting here thinking about it. You went through middle school, high school, junior college, to the college ranks, and you even went and did some time uh, in the overseas space. And we could talk about that another time. But what I wanted to ask you is you did something different that you haven't done before in your life, and that's going from men's basketball to women's. So, how was that for you?
I don't. It was probably a big mistake, but it was a great lesson. It made me have a chance to see the game right on top of itself of how women play basketball. I've always thought in my I've never been what you call a pattern type coach. Uh, I teach basically things that you react to, and you can be able to accomplish them. Whereas the females, A go to B, B go to C, and it's kind of a drawn up pattern. And that's why I always thought that the young girls, that when I was a young boy, there was a young lady that played when I was raised in the projects a little bit, but this girl could play as good as any boy. So anytime she was around, they chose her way before I got a chance to be picked because she played like the boys,
Yes.
and the other girls who were on teams, you never saw them in the playground. Never saw them in the playground playing any kind of basketball where you, to me, learn how to take it to the basket, pull up, shoot a jump shot, get knocked down. I mean, it's a different game. But if I had a team that I wanted to develop, that's why if you start off in the eighth and ninth and 10th, 11th and 12th grade, and they get that coaching, then things would be a lot better. But one thing about the females that I wish the guys had is that they are very determined and they work twice as hard on what they need to work on as the guys would.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's incredible. Never will forget. One of the girls wanted to go play in the gym and need a key to get over the gym, and I figured they were gonna all go in there and play pickups. So I'm gonna go watch. I go off in there and sit down for an hour, and all they did was pivot, work on their drills and their foot make movement, and I figured eventually they're gonna play. They never played. I said, and they were gone. They got up and I said, "Are y'all gonna play?" "We finished, coach." I said, "Oh, I thought y'all was gonna play some pickup games." He said, "Nah, we don't play that." And I'm saying, I wish you would, because it's gonna make you a better basketball player. Uh, you get people say, "Oh, they play street ball." Well, if you can play street ball, you certainly can play that other kind of ball.
Right.
So with the girls, is the only, like I said, they're more into a pattern. They're more drill oriented.
Yeah.
And when they go out to play, they try to run their offense exactly the way it was taught to them in practice. The teams that run off and do some other different things make it totally difficult at times for those teams who are so patterned.
Yeah. And, looking back at your career when you were in the men's, you highly successful, won a lot of games. Then you go over to the women's, and then you get your butt beat. But you didn't. It has to be some time spent to be able to really form a program.
Absolutely. You can't. We were very not fortunate to get a team in Tulsa to not have all the parts and pieces that should have come with that team didn't. And so now you got 1 year to prove yourself with a group of young ladies that really wasn't involved in winning with the other team before they were sold.
Right.
And so now you're piecing and trying to get some players to match, and you're trying to, and in my case, I'm trying to find me some young ladies that can run the floor, and not afraid to trap and double team and things of that nature. but they're not used to that.
Right.
And I could see us getting better and better, and I could see that other teams didn't like to play that way. I could see that, but it wasn't long enough that I could continue to. You have to build that inner basketball inside you that you're going to stop them on the defensive end and you're going to score on the offensive end.
Right.
You develop that type of toughness, and you get it over a period of time. It's not something that you walk into and say, okay, this is how we're going to play, and you're ready to go. It takes time, and as you said off the camera, that we are creatures of habits. That's the key, is developing habits of how you want to play. And that's why I think pickup games for females is a good idea, for them to be able to see how the game is really played when you go 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. It's a very simple game, but it's also a game that has numbers that you have to try to outdo, whether it's offense or defense. You're trying to accomplish that goal. You can accomplish drills, and a lot of times you can't take that drill that you think you accomplished to the floor with you. But if you had pickup stuff and you played, you know what to do, because that's what you do all the time.
Right.
So I really haven't, I don't now regret that I took that job for about a season and maybe a third or half, or not quite a half, but I enjoyed that. Now that it's over, that I can look back and say, this is what I could have done, which I tried to do, but I didn't have enough time to complete it.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, leave us a comment. Basically, show us some love. And if you have a question for Coach Richardson or I, leave it in the comment box. You never know. It might be the question I ask in our next episode. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you the next go around with Conversations with Grandpa.